There's going to be a point in your career where your company sends you to an event to learn from a sales coach, a sales trainer, or a sales expert. They're going to send you somewhere to get excited about your role, your responsibility, or to learn more about products and services. So how can you get the most out of training and working with projects and processes and experts? And why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from the Delta. This video is powered by sellingtechnician.com. Sellingtechnicians.com. So here is what happens. At some point, companies want to invest in you. And they're like, hey, we're going to bring somebody in-house or we're going to send you somewhere. And so there are some people in this world who go, hey, I'm being sent out of town. Nobody's going to know what I'm doing. I'm going to go party and have a lot of fun. Well, if the company's sending you on a trip, they're hoping that you're going to get something out of that trip to bring back to be good at what you do. So I'm going to tell you a story. I had a company that I was working with, and they had me meet in a different city, in a different state, and then they flew their techs in to have conversations. And so from the hotel, there was a bar. And a couple of the guys who really needed the help went to the bar the night before, and they didn't get back to their hotel. They closed the bar down. So when they showed up to the meeting, they were barely on time and they were hungover. And so the owners said, hey, guys, you're not prepared. You're going back home. They put them on an airplane and sent them back home. And they didn't get an opportunity. They didn't get an opportunity to come back and train, and they really needed the training. And then eventually they found their way outside of the company, outside of the business. This is my long story for telling you, you have roles and responsibilities. So if you're going to prepare, like, when you get home, party on vacation, do the right thing and say, like, I'm going to take this seriously as if I had to pay for it and I had to put money online. I had to pay for the flight. Because it's not just the cost of the training, it's the cost of food, airport, hotel, trainer. And then on top of that, all of that is all the leads that are missed. There's the marketing dollars that you can't just turn the tap off on. Okay. So to get the most out of sales training, you got to show up and be serious. So like, here's what I would share with you to do. Go buy a notebook, and a cheap notebook. Do I have one? I do. These types of notebooks, they're about $1.50, $3 at most. Sometimes Hawaii, they could be $5. Okay. So they're like $1.50. And all the way to a journal is going to cost you like 30 or 40. You can show up with a computer and take notes. You can type them out. There's lots of different ways to do this. And then on this list is also participate. So when people work with me and train with me, you are not hiding in the corners. We are literally going to role play and practice with everybody. I keep notes. Like, I don't want anybody able to say, well, I didn't know because I didn't do it. Like, nope. It's all filmed. And everybody role plays. That is one of my rules. Like, if it was me and I was taking the coaching and I was taking the training, I would volunteer. I'd be one of the first. Let everybody else, like, it's you against you first in sales, it's you against everybody else second. Sure, somebody on your team may need the help, but like, it's their role and responsibility to raise their hand. They're grown adults. Hey, I need help, right? If you're like, hey, I just got to role play once, and the coach says, hey, you're doing good. Good job, pal. Good job, buddy. Good job, chief. You're good to go. And then when you're done, you have to implement. So there's plenty of people who show up to coaching, to show up to training, and they treat it like entertainment. And at the end of the day, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort. Otherwise, like, it's a complete waste of time to go. There are some people in my lifetime that I've trained that would have done very well with their career. They just decided, it's outside of my comfort zone. I really don't want to do it. I don't like the way that Scott gave this presentation. I don't like the order and operation. So then they bastardize it, and then they turn it into something it's not. And they're like, it doesn't work for me. A good sales coach, a good sales mentor, a good sales expert is going to be able to tell you, like, you do these tasks. You do it the way that I say that I'm going to tell you to do it. Like, not like, you do it like this. Like, when I coach people, there's about 90% of the stuff, say it however you want. When I coach people, there's 10%. I'm like, you have to say it the way that I'm going to teach it to you. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's been tried and tested thousands of times. So just be aware. Like, if you're going to get the most from HVAC sales training, HVAC sales coaching, paid events, find the best people to learn from. Stay away from shady, unethical people. Just like treat them like they're vampires and like Like, wear the garlic to the event. You'll know anybody who stays away from you is probably a vampire. But if you want to get the most from heating and air conditioning sales training events, take them seriously. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.